Especially around this time of year, it's not really a like singular event. This is kind of a recurring thing, but it's especially true this time of year. Kind of like Rodeo alluded to, it's a very, this time of year it's very dark, and you can find yourself kind of wanting to give into those dark feelings. So then you take on top of it performance reports and all those end of year admin-y things that you've got to do to just make you feel like you are not good enough and all that good stuff, and it all gets compounded. So here lately I've kind of been feeling that, but this is kind of about my my remedy for it. So my wife and I, bless her, she has put up with me for as long as she has now. But we kind of split duties with the little man. She picks him up after work, and I get the pleasure of picking him up in the morning. So in the morning when I kind of talk about love in the dark, it's not really dark. It's kind of love in the very very dim light. So get up in the morning, get myself ready, shave, all that good stuff, get my breakfast, and then about 6:15 rolls around, and make my way upstairs. So I'm sitting outside his door, and I can kind of hear the sound machine going, and I open the door, and it's basically dark. Sound machine's still going and everything like that. Fun fact, those things do work magic if you haven't invested one and you do have sleep issues. That I almost guarantee you that will help. But sound machine's going, and it's like completely dark. There's this one little light from our little monitor thing we've got from him. But then I go over, and that's kind of my mark. I flip on the switch to his little closet, and I see the light come in through the doors, and I kind of crack it open a little bit, because who wants to be just kind of lights on, hello. Nobody likes that. So I do that, and I kind of let the door, open the door, let that little bit of light in, and then I just kind of hang out for a minute, because inevitably there's him, and this is going to require a little bit of demonstration, but he's inevitably in his bed, and I really hope they've cleaned these floors lately. But he's inevitably just kind of hanging, kind of butt in the air. If these pictures, if video or pictures of this exist, he's gonna love me when he's older. But inevitably he's hanging out like that. He's got his face just kind of cramped there, and just kind of right there in that moment, even just hanging out there, and he's got that little piece, and you can kind of see he's him breathing. You got the back and everything kind of going up and down, and I just kind of take that second. That's kind of my all right, I can do this. Then it's still a little dark. I pat him on the back, and I'm like, hey dude, it's time to do this. And inevitably he doesn't move, so then I gotta kind of, all right, let's do this. And then I almost gotta, all right, it's time to. And then eventually I just really have to just kind of grab him and pick him up, and then his eyes finally open. So kind of in my mind, that's where the real fun starts, because he's 9-10 months old. He's getting to that point where he's like really expressive. So take him out of his crib, and put him down on the bed that we've got in there, and take him out of his little sleep sack and everything, and then he's just kind of opening his eyes, and then the light for that little dim light from the closet just kind of catches his eyes, and he kind of sees me, and he gives me that. This dude is probably borderline the happiest baby in the world. So he sees me, and then I just see that ginormous, just like, he just gives me. I can't do it justice, but it suffices to say that it turns a dark room just like sun bright, at least in my mind. It does. It just that little man, I swear. Best thing that ever happened to me. But and then I think it's awesome there. But then like I said, he's really interactive, and take him over. It's time to do the morning change of the diaper, and you would think people are like, oh, I am not ready for this. But I go put him down. It's time to do the change of the diaper. I grab the wet bag. Wipe him across the stomach. I don't know if other parents have used this trick. Just to make sure there's after the diaper comes off, you go ahead and get whatever's in the tank out, I don't know. I don't know if other parents have used this trick. We found it to work well, so should that be in your future, I also give practical knowledge sometimes. Actually, that's probably the first time I've ever given practical knowledge on this thing. But there you go. So he does that, he starts doing the kicking thing because it's a little cold and everything, but, we start laughing and, I'll give him a little tickle, I'll tickle his stomach a little bit, just kind of, and we just kind of, that's just kind of our chill time. Mom's already, on her way to work, and that's just kind of us, just me and him hanging out, just in the, in that dimly lit, in any other situation, you would say this guy's hanging out in a dimly lit room with a kid. What's wrong with this guy? But in this situation, I guarantee it's perfectly cool. But that's just kind of my anti-winter, I guess, if you will. So I don't really know if I'm going anywhere else with this, but hopefully it lifted y'all up a little bit.